welcome to Yard GrowingSA, and today's video is a winter garden video. Let's get to it. So first up we got this where the carrot's supposed to be, but there was a cat over here that did not play around and made a really problems in the spot because there's my peas coming up. So I'm gonna have to replant new carrot seeds and then cover this up and find a way to protect it from the cats getting to it. Then next to that is the red onions and one leek growing with it over here, and I can see the cat's been here in all the green bags. I'll show you the next two bags now. And next to that is more red onions, and yeah, the cat was scratching out all of this. There were so many of it in here, so he scratched it out, or she scratched it out. And then there's dhania growing with it, and I need to plant more dhania seeds as well. There's still a lot of space because, as you can see, the cat has destroyed many of those areas here. Then next to that we got the fennel and the dull growing. So this is purple fennel, and then here in the middle of it is the dull, and the only thing that grows with fennel is dull. So other stuff, or if I plant anything else here, it's not gonna grow as well. And I need to start weeding out now because with all this rain, it made the garden look so luscious. Everything is just blooming, coming out and growing, but it's also helping the weeds starting to come back. So yeah, let's show the other part. Starting over here is a flower what is growing now nicely since the rain has helped it to bloom. I'm not sure what is the name of this. Next to that we got some Swiss jaw growing, and the succulent what is gonna also grow big now because of winter. With all the rain it's gonna absorb. Then this tree is all empty. I had a red mustard in here and the normal green one, but it died sadly. I think it was because of the rain, but yeah, I'm gonna have to replant more of them. Then down over here, peas in here, there and there, and then this over here is a garlic chive in here. Then we got some more garlic chives growing over here, and then more weeds growing, and then I got another plant in here, flower in here, and then another succulent growing here. Then down over there is another marigold growing over here, and this was where the turnips were, but as you can see the aphids has destroyed them. So I'm gonna have to take out all of this and see if I still have some seeds and replant them, because they did make a liquor job now. But anyways, down from there it's more of the marigolds. This is the Hawaiian marigolds. So yeah, that's why it look like this. I'm just waiting for it to grow bigger, and when it die, I will have more seeds. And next to that we have another plant, and I'm not sure what is the name of this, but if you know the name, just comment it down below in the comments. Then next to that we got some radish. This is white icicle radish growing in here, and there's a tomato for some reason. Take that out, and then in this bucket is the lemon tree. So this lemon tree is about 2 years old now, so I need to take off all the buds of the flowers because they say you must wait 2 to 3 years, so I'm gonna wait 1 more year. So by next year I will let it fruit when it starts fruiting. So I'm gonna take off all the buds. Can you see over here? So one already. Yeah. Okay, so there they're all off. Put them back in there. Now my hands smell like lemon, but wait, didn't miss this one over here and here. Okay, it look like most of them. And behind that we have some more Swiss jaw what is growing much better than the one what I showed earlier on. There's 4 in here, and planted in here is the pomegranate. Yeah, so the pomegranate leaves are starting to fall off, and the trees getting also bigger because it's winter obviously, so all the leaves will fall off in time. And behind that we got is the rosemary. I'm gonna need to trim this rosemary a bit down soon because it is getting much bigger, but I wanted to get bigger, but yeah, we need to trim some down and give some for the family. And then growing with that is all the garlic, and you can see the garlic is starting to rust, so I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to put this somewhere else because they are getting way too much rain, so it's getting too much water. I'm gonna have to move it somewhere or cover it up on the rainy days so that so it doesn't get the rust like that. And then down over there is the herbs. This is oregano growing here and here. So it's 2 buckets of that growing in there. I need to remove this one side because it's completely dead. And the second one has thrived and it's just making more and more leaves. So yeah, and I have to harvest of that as well. And down from there is the thyme. Okay, so here's the thyme. I harvest so many of this one already, as you can see, starting to grow new leaves coming out now. And next to that, this ones I grew from plugs. Yeah, so this ones I grew from plugs and they're doing well, but I see the leaves turn a bit yellow, so they're probably gonna die off soon. But then I'm gonna have to trim it down a bit more, and then they will come back in spring. In front of that, that is the big leaf mint growing over here. Still didn't find a bucket yet for him, but soon, inshallah, I'll get him a better bucket. And then next to that is where the wild rosemary is. I'm just leaving the stem here and waiting till it come back. Then next to that over here, we got is the apple mint, what is doing really good in this bucket. And yeah, it's growing, setting new roots and everything. I planted in the middle here, and it's about 4 months now, I think. It's just taken over the crate. Over here we have another thyme. What is this one's name? Is called silver poesy. Yeah, so this thyme, so but I'm not sure if you can use this in food because this one is a bit harder than the, because when you feel on this thyme it's nice and soft, but when you press this one it's almost like thorns, like the worms. So yeah, not 100% sure you can use that, but obviously it still smells nice, so maybe it's just a ornamental plant. Then down over here I got the cabbage in there, and I left them too long in the trays. That is why the leaves are starting to get brown, because I didn't have space yet, but then I took something out of here and planted them in here. Then over here got one of my chili trees growing here. It's just getting huge and huge, and the leaves is just getting better and better, and there's so much pods coming on here, and there's so much chilies already forming. Here's one there, there's two here, there behind, I'm not sure you can see, but yeah, there's another one behind, and there's a few more here growing. And there is another chili tree there, but it's not forming anything, it's still small, you can see. It's a small, I think I should get one out and just give it more space for this one over here. And then in front of this we got is the peas. They're doing what I wanted them to do, to lean over here, but it was raining so much I didn't have time to come out. And I see there is already a pea pod on this one and a pea pod on this one, but I'm taking the pea pods off. So if your peas is growing, it's still so small, just take the pods off and the leaves, the flowers, sorry, not the leaves. Okay, so I took that two off now, so I'm just gonna take the leaves, the pods, the flowers off, because it's gonna prevent your plant from growing bigger if you keep the plant, the flowers on, because they're gonna focus on the fruit and not on the plant growing bigger. So yeah, here's the flowers, and you can still eat this if you want to. It still tastes like peas. And also growing in here, you can see here is a few beetroot coming out as well. So some I did plant and some is voluntary. I did have a beetroot plant that went to seed, so I just threw it in here, the whole plant, to decompose. And then over here is the jalapeno tree. It is setting a lot of fruit as well, a lot of buds coming out. And then over here is another tree, another chili tree growing behind with a lot of pods as well. So probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks they'll be forming all the pods that will be growing their chilies, and then probably after that the tree will die down. But if it doesn't, it's even bonus for me, more chilies. And then down over here we got some more chilies growing here. This is the Carolina Reaper over here. So I took it was like 4 chilies on, so I took it off yesterday. And then there's still the small one here. I'm just gonna leave that on. So as I was talking about this now, about the Carolina Reaper, I just saw now I was gonna busy taking out the weeds. So I see here, I see it's actually celery growing in here, the pink celery. So here's one, and one over there. I am not sure where they came from, because I did have pink celery seeds, but I do not recall putting them in here. So probably when I reused the soil, it had to come from one of those what the pink celery was formed in, the one what went to flower and went to seed. Because I see there's another one growing there. Okay, so that's actually very good. So I'm gonna have to take that later out and put them in their own buckets of stuff, in their own trays. So yeah, that's good. Anyways, next up, this is a bell pepper plant, but I see it's finished for the season. But I'm just gonna let the leaves grow and do what it wanna do, and when it falls off, it falls off. And more chilies here. This is a jalapeno. He's coming some fruit on, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna make it actually, because this one is yellow and yeah, so that's just gonna fall off. But there is one growing on. Here we got more chilies growing on this tree, and in this one we have a few here. And this chilies is nice and strong. It's like a small, it's nice and strong, but it's not like very strong. It's mild, but it's very nice. And then over here is the I think this is paprika. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's what I think it is. Then yeah, it's 3 growing. Once this is done, I think the industry is also done for the season. And over here is another chili tree, the last one. Yeah, but it's also gonna start growing some fruit, but not as much. It look like maybe 4 to 10 maybe will come on here, and then that's also done for the season. You can see it rained so much it made the drippers full, but yeah, I'm gonna throw that water out. I'm not gonna let them run in there because the nozzles are closed, so that's why the water's still in there and it's not dripping down. So anyways, yeah, is the Brussels sprout. It is growing nicely now. It's gonna start these Brussels probably in the next few weeks, because the stem is getting bigger and bigger, as you can see. Once the stem get longer and bigger, the fruits the vegetables will all form on there. And behind that is the broccoli. There's a few growing, and the other few is there. So that one is bigger than the ones on the side, because of the Brussels sprout that is probably blocking it from getting its full sun that it needs. Not that I get that much sun the side anyway, maybe like just for 10-20 minutes the sun get in this area, and then the rest of the day it's just cloudy and shady. So I'm gonna have to move few of those things to where the lemon tree and that stuff are, because there gets much more sun, so I'm gonna have to maybe do some movement there. And then over here is a tomato tree, which is probably gonna not make it. It's just growing. It did not set any fruit yet because it's not the time for tomato. And then in the same bucket, same bag over there is, over there is peas growing. And then we have the basil here as well, what set seeds. So this one is done, I can cut that off, and then the rest will need to also set seeds properly, dry out, and I can cut that off. Then in here is the wild rocket what is growing. As you can see, they are gonna set seed as well very soon. I'm gonna need to harvest a few of those leaves first, and then yeah, then I'll just leave the middle parts like this here, because this is gonna be the seed pods is gonna come out of there. Then I got some more basil over here, and you see the rain has demolished it. That's why it's so mushy the plant. But yeah, that's how it goes when it rains. And over here is the celery. The normal celery growing here in is about 1, 2, 3, 4 plants growing in there. So yeah, when you want to harvest your celery, you just take them off, like you take your leafy greens, just pull from the stalk off, and then you can still have a lot of it. Then it continuously grow in the middle, so you don't have to pull the whole thing out unless you want to. And then over here we got is the parsley, and that's parsley I'm excited for because it's gonna go to seed. So by the end of winter, the start of spring, they will be starting to set their seeds, because once the plant start growing up long like this, then you know, yeah, they're ready. Because normally parsley will get bushy and then you can keep continuously harvest, but now this one is growing stem, so you know they're ready to set seeds very soon. And then over here we have a cauliflower plant, but I'm thinking I need to take this cauliflower out and get him a new home, because just look how the two of them are doing with their own. So the two of those cauliflowers in the buckets of their own is about like 35 centimeters deep buckets, grow bags actually. So yeah, so they're doing very good. And if you remember that movie A Bug's Life, on those water drops, just to remind you of that scene when the ant have to go get the water, then you just carry this and it look really cool. Then next to that, got more of this plant. I keep forgetting the name. Yeah. And then with the cauliflower, I have a kale in here and in this one. The reason they're not growing big is because I need to turn the bags around so they can get sun. And then with the parsley, I'm not gonna eat this one. This one I want to go to seed. Planted fennel with them because fennel don't go good with anything. So whatever you plant with fennel is gonna struggle to grow. But as you can see, the fennels might be helping the parsley set seed. So as soon as I put the fennel in here, the parsley started to go taller and grow like this and set in seed. So maybe it's helping it. Anyways, more parsley down here. As you can see, this is the one that is not going to seed, so that's why it's more bushy than tall. Then next to that is another cauliflower what's growing on its own, and this also needs a bigger bucket so that it can get much bigger and better. Next to that we got some more celery growing. There's 2 celery plants in here, and they're in a bucket of like 15 centimeters height, and the width is about 5 to 6 centimeters. And then down here we have some chives growing that I need to harvest so that they can get more bigger and thicker than stems. Then over here we got the granadilla tree growing. So thank you for watching. If you enjoy what you saw, can at least get 50 likes. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And if you'd like to help the channel out, you can follow me on Instagram. You can share this video and comment on the video, or you can give super thanks or become a member. And say thank you for watching. Backyard out.